What's up, everybody? This is Domingo here on Necro of the Ice Bear, and today's Yu-Gi-Oh video I'm going to be doing, guys, I am going to be doing the deck profile. This is going to be my first Yu-Gi-Oh deck profile in the year of 2025, and the deck profile I'm going to be doing first is going to be my updated version of my Heroes deck profile. It's going to be for the post Supreme Darkness, SUDA, and the post Alliance Insight, ALIN. And of course, Supreme Darkness and Alliance Insight did came out earlier this year in 2025. Supreme Darkness came out in January of 2025, while Alliance Insight came out in May of 2025. And of course, Heroes did get new support, but not just any for Heroes. This is all for the Evil Heroes. That's right, Evil Heroes got new support, and it looks amazing. So I'm going to show you guys the main deck, the extra deck, and the side deck, and I'm going to show you all the cartridges and ratios and stuff like that. So, and also one more thing, the timestamps are also in the description below. And we're going to get this deck profile started. So without further ado, let's get this Yu-Gi-Oh deck profile started. So here we go. We're going to start off with the main deck first. And of course, to start off the main deck is, of course, the monsters. So here we go. And I'm going to show you the Evil Hero monsters. That is from the Supreme Darkness. And also there's one Evil Hero monster that was in the Alliance Insight pack. So let's get this started. So first up, I play one copy of Evil Hero Toxic Bubble, one copy of Evil Hero Dead End Prison, one copy of Evil Hero Inferno Rider, and the one copy of Evil Hero Vicious Claw. So these are the new Evil Hero monsters that we got. Of course, these three right here came out in Supreme Darkness, while Vicious Claw came out in Alliance Insight. So Toxic Bubble, some hero players don't play this, some do, some don't, but I decided to play this because it's actually a pretty good card. The reason why I played it is because it's a good extender and it's a draw power. Toxic Bubble is basically the Elemental Hero Bubble Man for Evil Heroes, and its effect reads: you can special summon this card from your hand, but you cannot but for the rest of the turn you cannot special summon monsters except for heroes, and you can only special summon Toxic Bubble once per turn. And if this card is special summoned, and if you control a fusion monster that must be special summoned with Dark Fusion, you can draw 2 cards, and you can only use that effect once per turn. So pretty good card, you know. Drawing the 2 cards and also being an extender is very important in this deck, and Toxic Bubble helps out a lot too. Then we got Dead End Prison. So Dead End Prison is basically your Vision Hero Vion, but for Evil Heroes, and he has an effect where, you know, if you control a fusion monster, you can that's special summon with Dark Fusion. You can special summon this card from your hand, and you can only use Dead End Prison's effect this effect of Dead End once per turn this way. Special summon Dead End Prison once per turn this way, and he also has an effect where you can send one hero monster from your deck to the graveyard. If you fusion summon a hero monster this turn, this face-up card can be used as a substitute for one material mentioned by name, but all other fusion materials must be correct. So you can use that effect of Dead End Prison once per turn. So basically, the cards that you mostly want to use for fusion is, of course, cards like your Evil Hero Neil's Lore, for example. And of course, Evil Hero Neil's Lore, one of its fusion material does require Elemental Hero Neils. So you can use Dead End Prison, and it could be treated as a substitute, and you can use it as Elemental Hero Neils if you want to go for your fusion plays, especially going for Neil's Lord. So that's pretty good as well. So it's a pretty good substitute, and also sending a hero monster from your deck to graveyard, and it could be any hero monsters as well. Then we got Inferno Rider. Now Inferno Rider has an effect where if it's normal special summon, you can add one Dark Fusion from your deck or graveyard to your hand, and it also has an effect where you can banish card and 4 other monsters from your graveyard to set one Super Poly from your deck, and also you cannot special summon it except for heroes. And of course, the fusion monster must be special summoned with Dark Fusion. Of course, you can only use this effect, you know, once per turn. And of course, that effect, you know, lasts until the end phase of your opponent's turn as well. So Inferno Rider is pretty good. Now, we don't play the Super Poly target. I mean, you could play it if you want to, but I chose not to because I don't have any. I don't play any fusion monsters that are Super Poly target. But I mostly play Inferno Rider for searching for the Dark Fusion, whether if you have it in your deck or in your graveyard at your hand. Then we got Evil Hero Vicious Claw. Vicious Claw is basically the spell card Vicious, the equipped spell Vicious Claw, but it's an effect monster. So what he does is you could target one hero on the monster on the field, special summon this card from your hand in defense position, and if you do, that monster gains 300 attack points. And then you can only use the effect once per turn. Now the other effect is if a monster you control is destroyed by battle of a card effect while this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card from your graveyard. And then if you do that, and if you have a monster that mentions Dark Fusion in your graveyard, you can destroy one card in the field, and you're going to only use that effect once per duel. So it's a pretty good extender and stuff, so it's pretty cool. So one copy of each of these is very good. Alright, now for the other Evil Hero monsters that we do play as well, one copy of Evil Hero Dust of Gold, and the one copy of Evil Hero Sinister Necron. So Dust of Gold, you know, you discard, add a Dark Fusion, I mean the Dark Fusion, or one card that mentions Dark Fusion in its name. Sinister Necron, you know, you banish it from the graveyard, especially summon an Evil Hero monster from your hand or deck, and of course you get the effect once per turn. So they're very good, especially like you can send this card with Evil Hero Dead in Prison or your Vision Hero Bond. Then you can special summon, you know, from Evil Hero monster from your hand or deck. Cards like Inferno Rider, where you can search for your Dark Fusion and stuff. So it's very, very good. These cards, one copy of each is good. I see some people play like 3 Evil Hero Dust of Gold, but I feel like 1 is all you need. So that's it for the Evil Heroes. Now we're going to move on to the Elemental Heroes. So for the Elemental Heroes that I do play, I play 3 copies of Elemental Hero Stratos, 1 copy of Elemental Hero Shadow Mist, 1 copy of Elemental Hero Liquid Soldier, and the 1 copy of the Evil Elemental Hero Neos. So Stratos, you know what he does. You know, he search when he, or you can either search when he's normal special summon, or you can like destroy many spells and traps your opponent control up to the numbers of hero monsters you control except this card. So we mostly use it for the searching. Shadow Mist, she also searches as well when it's sent to the graveyard. And also if you special summon, you can add a change quick play spell from your deck to your hand, which is cards like Mass Change, so you can go for your for your Mass Hero Dark Claw. Liquid Soldier, some people did cut this out, some people, you know, still play. I feel like Liquid Soldier, you do really need to play this card, especially when you play cards like Inferno Wing and stuff like that. So Liquid Soldier, you know, if it's normal summon, you can target a level 4 level hero monster, special summon in your graveyard. And then the other effect says, like, if this card is sent to the graveyard or banished when it was used as a featured material for a future summon hero monster, right? You draw 2 cards and discard 1. But you're going to only use 1 of those effects per turn only once that turn. And then, of course, Elemental Hero Neos is here because we do play cards like Infernal Rage and Shiny Neos Wingman. And, of course, you could search Neos with the Link monster and Inferno Devicer. So that's it for the Elemental Heroes. Now for the Destiny Heroes that we do play 3 copies of Destiny Hero Malicious, 1 copy of Destiny Hero Denier, and the 1 copy of Destiny Hero Plasma. So these are the Destiny Heroes that we play. Malicious is amazing, especially you can send this card for your deck to graveyard with cards like, you know, Vion and Dead End Prison. And even if you have like 1 of them in your hand, you can go Poly, or you could discard with cards like Evil Soul and stuff like that. That's where you could do that. Denier is pretty good as well. It's basically your it's basically like your 4th Mally. So like you play 4 Destiny Hero Malicious, you know, once this card's like normal special summon, you can take 1 of your Destiny Hero monsters, and then that is like from the deck or graveyard, or if it's banished, and place it on top of your deck. And of course you're mostly gonna go with Malicious as well, so it's pretty good. And then Plasma is a walking skill drain on legs, you know, negate all your monster effect your opponent control, and then you can take 1 of their monsters and equip it, and it gains attack points and stuff. So it's pretty good. You know, so I see some people cut Plasma up, but I feel like you do really need to play the Plasma, especially because it's a walking skill drain and it's very good. So now we're gonna move on. So that's it for Destiny Heroes. Now for the Vision Heroes that we do play. I play 3 copies of Vision Hero Ferris, 2 copies of Vision Hero Increase, and the 2 copies of Vision Hero Vion. So we all know what it does. You know, Ferris, you know, once, you know, discard this card and special summon it from your hand, or you can normal summon it, and then you could take the increase from your deck and then place in the spells and trap golem. Then you get increase effect. You know, contribute the Ferris or any other hero monster, then special summon increase from the, you know, from the field, and then you can get increases, special summon the Vision Hero Vion from your deck, and then you go Vion's effect to send 1 hero monster from your deck to the graveyard. And then Vion also has another effect when you can banish a hero monster in your graveyard to add to search for polarization, and you get that effect once per turn. So it's pretty good. And of course the cards you mostly want a Foolish Burial is like Shadow Mist or Denier, Malicious, Sinister Necron, you know. So there's like so many Foolish Burial targets you can do. Alright, so that's it for the heroes. And now as far as hand traps, the only hand trap I play is 3 copies of Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, This is the only hand trap I play. Hero, not you don't play a lot of a lot of hand traps in heroes. So, but Ash Blossom is pretty good to play. All right, so that's it for the monsters. Now we're gonna move on to the spells. So so I do play 3 copies of Evil Assault. Evil Assault is the new spell card for evil heroes, and what this card does, it has an effect where you could discard 1 card from your hand, take a level 4 or lower evil hero monster from your deck. You can either add it to your hand or special summon it. Also, for the rest of the turn after this card resolved, you cannot special summon from the extra except for hero monsters. And then he has another effect where if this card is in your graveyard, except the turn that it was sent there, you could banish this card from your graveyard and add a Dark Fusion from your graveyard to your hand. You can only use each effect of Evil Assault once per turn. It's a card you always got to play 3. This is pretty good. Like if you have a Dark Fusion in your graveyard, you can get it back from your graveyard to your hand by banishing Evil Assault. But remember, it cannot be sent to the graveyard at the same turn. So think about that. And the fact that you can actually either add an evil hero monster or special summon it, and it has to be level 4 lower. You mostly want to go with evil hero Dust to Go if you want to add it to your hand, or you can special summon Dead End Prison from your deck with Evil Assault. So it's pretty good. Alright, another card that I also play at 3 is 3 copies of a Hero Lives. Hero Lives is pretty good. We mostly use this card to special summon out the Stratos, even Shadow Mist sometimes, but we mostly use it for Stratos, so that way you get Stratos' effective search. Hero List is pretty good, it's pretty good. And also, even if this card get like Ash and stuff, if you have, let's say, if you have like at least 2 of these, your opponent can Ash Blossom one of them, because remember Ash's effect is a once per turn, and then you have another one in your hand, and you'll special summon the Stratos. Or if you have this and you have a Stratos in your hand, and let's say if your opponent Ash Blossom this, and then you got Stratos in your hand, it's normal something, so it's pretty cool. Alright, so the others, so I'm gonna go with the spell cards that are fusions. So let's start off with the evil hero ones. We'll play 1 copy of Dark Contact and the 1 copy of Dark Fusion. Dark Contact is the new spell card for evil heroes, and this card is pretty good. It's basically like a recycling, and it has the effect you can activate one of those effects once per turn. The first effect reads, if you fusion summon the fusion monster for the extra that must be special summoned with Dark Fusion by shuffling its materials from your field, graveyard, and / or banishment into the deck. And this is treated as a fusion summoning of Dark Fusion, which is pretty cool. It helps you go for, like, your evil hero fusion play, like Neil's Lord, or even like the Malicious Bang, or your other evil hero fusion. So it's pretty good. And it also has another effect where you can add either a Supreme King Castle or Dark Fusion for your deck to your hand. So it's pretty good. And of course, Dark Fusion. We do play this card because fusion out your evil heroes and stuff when you have the evil hero materials from your hand or field to the to the graveyard. Alright, so now we're going to move on to the other fusion cards that we did play. First, I played 2 copies of Fusion Destiny. I see some people play 3 because I know you're going to say, why only 2 and not 3? The reason why I play 2 and not 3 is because I only have 2 Destiny Hero fusion targets, which is DPE and Dystopia, and I don't like the ratio where people play like 3 Fusion Destiny and play 1 fusion monster, or even 3 and play like 2. I'm not really a fan of that ratio, to be honest, so that's why I play 2 of these, and then the only Destiny or fusions I fusion summon is of course DPE and Dystopia. And for the other spell cards that we use for fusions, 1 copy of Mass Change, obviously to go for your Dark Claw. 1 copy of Miracle Fusion. This card could be searched with Sunrise, and you fusion for your elemental heroes. And I also played a 1 copy Polarization. This one is the Polarization B hero art, and I love this artwork of Polarization with the elemental heroes and stuff. So these are the fusion cards that we do play. That's it for the fusion. Now for the other spell cards, to round out the spells, 1 copy of Reinforcement Army, because most of our hero monsters are level 4 or lower to search. 1 copy of Called by the Grave because of the hand traps, and the 1 copy of Harvey's Feather Duster just to get rid of your opponent's back row and stuff. And I also love the QCR of Harvey's Feather Duster. Look how beautiful that is. But yeah, I see some people side deck Harvey's Feather Duster, but I like main decking it because it's better. So that's it for the spells. Now for the traps, I do play 1 copy of Dark Supremacy and the 1 copy of Favorite Contact. Dark Supremacy is the new evil hero trap card to play. It's a pretty good negation. What it does is you can target face-up cards your opponent control up to the number of Dark Fusion and spell cards that mention it in your graveyard. So it's like an effect veiler. but multiple effect failures. And then the other effect says, negate their effects until the end phase of the turn. And the other effect says, if this card is in your graveyard except the turn that it was sent, you can banish it. Target up to 5 hero monsters in your graveyard and slash or banishment and shuffle them into the deck. And you only use each effect of Dark Supreme once per turn. So it's pretty good. And then we got favorite contact, because we do play the cards like, you know, Shining Neil's Wingman. And this card could be searched using the effect of Infernal Wing. So that's why we do play it. And it's pretty good. It's because it helps you go for your Shining Neil's Wingman. Alright, so that's it for the main deck. Now we're going to move on to the extra deck. So let's start off with the fusions. And we're going to start off with the Evil Hero one. So for the Evil Hero fusions, we played one copy of Evil Hero Neil's Lord, one copy of Evil Hero Infernal Wing Backfire, one copy of Evil Hero Darkness Knight, and the one copy of Evil Hero Malicious Bane. So Neil's Lord is very good. It has the same effect as Malicious Bane, the part that says it cannot be destroyed by battle by card effects. And of course, the fusion material does require Elemental Hero Neil's or one fusion monster dimension plus one effect monster in the field. So it's pretty good. And also the other effect says, if this card is special summon or if a monster is sent from your opponent's graveyard while this card is on the field, you can target one face-up monster in your opponent's graveyard and take control of it. And you can only use that effect of Neil once per turn. So it's basically like a mind control, and which is even better. So it's pretty cool. Like stealing an opponent's monster, it does help a lot. Then we got Backfire. Backfire has an effect where if it's special summon, you can add a Dark Fusion or one card that mentioned it from your deck or graveyard to your hand. And if a hero monster destroy an opponent's monster by battle, you can inflict 2100 damage to your opponent. You can only use each effect of this card once per turn. So that's pretty good, you know, like adding a Dark Fusion or any card that mentioned from your deck or graveyard to your hand is pretty good. And then, you know, inflict 2100 damage to your opponent. If your hero monster destroys an opponent's monster by battle, that's pretty good. And a good thing and of course the fusion material Backfire, it does say either Avion or Percentrix plus one hero monster, but we do have Dead End Prison as a substitute, so you can use that and another hero monster to, you know, to summon out Backfire. Then we got Darkness Knight, another good evil hero card. So these three right here came out in Supreme Darkness. Now Darkness Knight has an effect where, you know, monsters your opponent control will lose attack points equal to the total of original attacks of all the materials that we use to this card to fusion summon this card. And of course, this card can also make it a second attack during each battle phase. And also, if this special summon card in its owner control leaves the field, you can special summon one Fiend or Warrior monster from your graveyard and special summon the defense position. So it's pretty good. And of course, the fusion material is a Fiend and a Warrior monster, so that's pretty good. Then we got Malicious Bane. You know, during the main phase, you can destroy all monsters your opponent control and with less attack than equal to this card, and also it gains 200 attack for each monster destroyed this way. And also it has an effect where it cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effects. So these evil hero cards is very good. So one copy of each of these is fine. So now for the Elemental Hero fusions, we do play one copy of Wake Up Your Elemental Hero, one copy of Elemental Hero Sunrise, one copy of Elemental Hero Flame Wingman Infernal Rage, and the one copy of Elemental Hero Shining Neil's Wingman. So these are the Elemental Hero fusions. Wake Up Your Elemental Hero is amazing, you know. Of course, it gains 300 attack for each monster that we use to summon. And of course, it can make a number of attacks on opponent during each battle phase as well. So it's pretty good. And also, if this card, like, you know, battles a monster, you can just destroy it. And if you do inflict damage to your opponent, equal to his original attack points and stuff. And also, if this fusion card is destroyed, you can special summon a Warrior monster from your hand through your deck. Then you got Sunrise. You know, it searches for a Miracle Fusion when it's special summon, and also has another effect where it can gain 200 attack for each different attributes you control. And also, if this card when an attack declare involving a hero you control, you can target one card in the field and destroy it. So it's pretty good. And you can actually summon this card with Infernal Rage, and that way you can get the search for Miracle Fusion. Infernal Rage is amazing because we use this card to summon out the Shining Neil's Wingman. And of course, if it's special summon, you can add one favorite card in its name from your deck or grab it to your hand, which is of course favorite content. And then you could tribute, and also you can even tribute this card that was fusion summoned using a normal monster as material, which of course you're going to use Elemental Hero Neil's. You can special summon a level 7 or lower Elemental Hero from your deck or extra deck that cannot be normal summon slam, ignoring summoning conditions. So that's pretty good as well. So of course you're mostly going to send out the Sunrise. And then you got Shining Neil's Wingman, you know, Of course, it gains 300 attack for each monster in your graveyard. Then it cannot be destroyed by card effects. And if it's special summon, you can destroy cards up to the number of your cards in opponent control up to the different attributes of the monster on the field. And then, you know, and also if it destroys an opponent's monster by battle, it could inflict damage to your opponent equal to the monster's original attack points as well. So it's very, very good. So that's it for the Elemental Hero fusions. Now for the other ones, we got the Destiny Hero ones. We got one copy of Destiny Hero Destroy Phoenix Supporter, and then one copy of Destiny Hero Dystopia. Dystopia is here just in case, like, if you ever needed, like, inflict damage to your opponent. Of course, you do need to have a level 4 lower Destiny Hero monster graveyard to do that one, especially. And of course, you got Denier, so it can inflict damage. DPE, it has a Scrap Dragon effect, you know, like, you know, target a card. You could draw that target a card on the field and destroy it and stuff. It does not target, by the way. It just said destroy. So yeah, I'm sorry about that. But it does destroy one card. You know, you could join that one card in the field. So it's like a Scrap Dragon, but it's better than the Scrap Dragon because it does not target. And it also has another effect where, you know, it gains 200. Monsters your opponent controls loses 200 attack points for each hero card in your graveyard and stuff. And also, if this card is like destroyed, then you can activate the effect, and then during the next standby phase of your next turn, you could just special summon a Destiny monster in graveyard, which you're mostly gonna go DPE and stuff like that. And Dystopia, you know, like you know, you can change its current attack points to its original attack points, and then to destroy one card on the opponent control and stuff. So it's pretty good. Alright, so, and of course the Master Hero only play one, and that's one copy of Master Hero Darklaw, because he's the law, you know. You know, like him, you know, banishing, like, you know, banishing any card your opponent sent to the graveyard. And then also, if your opponent activates an effect that searches, you know, you just banish one random card for your hand. So Darklaw is amazing. So that's it for the fusion. Now for the links, I do play one copy of Extra Hero Cross Crusader, one copy of Extra Hero Infernal Devicer, one copy of Extra Hero Wonder Driver, and the one copy of Extra Hero Dread Decimator to round out the extra deck. Cross Crusader is pretty good, you know, special summon a Destiny monster in your graveyard, then tribute it, and then search for any hero monster with a different name. Infernal Devicer, we play this just to search for Elemental Hero Neos for the combo play. Wonder Driver is good for the recycling if you want to recycle your mass change, your polarization, your dark future, stuff like that. Dread Decimator, you know, just give your hero monster 100 attack points, and then it also inflict battle damage as well. Some people did cut this off, but I still play this card because I feel like you do need Dread Decimator. And Cross Crusader, I still play this card too because at 1, because I seen some people play at 2. I think 1 is enough in my opinion. So that's it for the extra deck. Now for the side deck, I played one copy of Wing Career level 6 and the one copy of Dark Angel. Dark Angel is pretty good, especially like negating a spell card your opponent control once you special summon it in your opponent's graveyard. Wing Career level 6 is pretty good as well. It has an effect like, you know, if your opponent activates a monster for you, you tribute it, and then, you know, inflict damage to, you know, destroy the monster and inflict damage to your opponent. It's pretty good. So these are pretty good sided cards, you know, if you just in case if you need them. Other hand traps I play 3 copies of Drone Lockbirds, 3 copies of Ghost Over and Snow Rabbit, and I also play the 2 copies of Nibiru the Primal Being. So these are the other hand traps that I play just in case if we need them. And of course, and the other hand traps I do play is, of course, the 3 copies of Evenly Match, 1 copy of Anti-Spell Fragment, and the 1 copy of Rival Warlords to round off the side deck. So these cards are here just in case if I need them. Evenly Match, you know, forces your opponent to banish cards. Anti-Spell Fragment just to shut down spells. And Rival Warlords, since, you know, almost every monster you have a warrior, so it's pretty good. Alright guys, so that's it for the deck profile. Hope you guys enjoy me doing my updated version of my hero deck profile. I really like the new support for evil heroes. It really help out a lot. I know in the future we will be getting new Master Hero support, and when that comes to the TCG, I will definitely do an update version of this deck. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. So don't forget to like the video, share, subscribe, and post your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about my updated version of my hero deck profile. That's going to be it for this video. This is Domingo Hero Network of the Ice Bear. All I can say is take care. Have a good day. Goodbye, one. Domingo Hero Network of the Ice Bear is signing out. Peace.